Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Eureka Springs channel. I'm Melody Purdy, your host. Thanks for joining me today live from Eureka Springs, Arkansas. We are here to do one thing and one thing only here at the Eureka Springs channel, and that is to celebrate all the good people, the good places, and the good news of Eureka Springs, Arkansas. That one little quirky little corner of Northwest Arkansas, little Victorian village. Let's see, what are all the names for Eureka Springs? Where the Misfits Fit, America's largest open-air asylum. I could go on and on. We have lots of really great, cute little nicknames for our town. We are very prideful of all the quirkiness and loving the diversity that we have here in Eureka Springs. And, you know, Eureka has a long history of many different colorful pasts. And today with a special guest who is going to tap into just a little bit of that with you guys. I have with me today Mr. Jeff Danos, who is with the Eureka Springs Historical Museum. And I'm very happy to be here with him today. Let me get him on screen for you guys to see. Here, let me bring him on. Hey,
hello.
How'd you like all my names I brought up?
That was good.
I like to say, how many did you think of? Any other ones come to mind when you heard all those names?
Of course, the Little Switzerland of the Ozarks. You know, we hear about that one quite a bit. That's back in the day.
Yeah.
I know there's others. I'm not thinking where the Misfits Fit seems to be. That's kind of my favorite.
That's your favorite?
I think so.
About that. Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah.
Well, you've been at the museum now for how long? You came on as a brand new director a few years ago. How many years have you been here now?
I've actually just had my 3-year anniversary, so I've been here for 3 years now. Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, you've done a fantastic job there. You've made a lot of great things happen, and I'm here to talk with you today about the biggest and brightest thing that's happened here lately at the museum. You want to fill folks in on what's been going on there?
Sure, that would be great. So on Thursday, which is May the 2nd at 10 a.m., we are going to be hosting a grand reopening of our historical museum. And so we're going to be having a ribbon cutting ceremony and, like I said, a celebration. And it basically stems from the fact that we were able to recently redesign all of our permanent exhibit graphics. So we've given the interior of the museum kind of a facelift. Most of this came as a result of a grant that we received. And so we're very excited. We've been working on this it's been quite a while. The grant was from the Division of Arkansas Heritage. And essentially, it was to help us out with our accessibility. The existing exhibit graphics that we've had, I believe they've been in place for about 12 or 13 years now. And, they did the best they could. But we have had, over the years, we've discovered that there were some sections that just needed, like I said, kind of a facelift, especially for accessibility when it comes to, small type and light colored text on a dark background. That we have a lot of people here who have kind of low vision, challenges with their vision, and so it can be small text on a wall. It can be very challenging for some people, and so we really wanted to make it so that our exhibits are easier to read. Just so that people enjoy their experience here, learning about the history of Eureka Springs a little better. And so we're really excited about it. We think that we think it looks wonderful, and we can't wait to share it with everybody that comes out. And like I said, we're just kind of giving it a facelift, and just excited to share that with everybody. So,
well, that's great. I mean, I was thinking about that the last time I was inside the museum, and I'm ashamed to say it was pre-COVID last time I came in. And it really, there's a lot of information that used to be up on the walls. I mean, it was pretty immersive. But I agree with you. It was hard to navigate and to read. It was, but there was so much information there. So, the flow of the museum, for people that have never been there, you walk through the door. Is it sort of a chronological? Are you chronologically following through the history of? Are you doing that? Is that kind of how you set it up again, or?
Yes. We tried to retain the kind of chronological aspect of it. And this time we've expanded our coverage of prehistory, which is something that we didn't have a whole lot of before. Talking about anything from the Mississippian era with like the the Osage, for example, tribes, but going all the way back to prehistory with the Paleo Indians. And so, so we've kind of set the marker back to up to 30,000 years ago. And so
Wow.
that is kind of the first section that you will learn about when you come in to look at that. And it's been, like I said, it's been a challenge because Eureka Springs does have such a rich history. And as you know, the museum and as people who just love the history, you want to tell everybody everything. I mean, you just want to
You
want to fill it all. And so,
but wait, it's like, wait to hear what happened this decade.
Right.
Like,
you know, so
there's so much.
It's definitely, it's a challenge, you know, and especially for this project, one of the reasons why it took a lot longer than we anticipated was because, you know, we weren't just pulling down the old graphics and redesigning them and throwing them back up. You know, when the text is getting bigger and bigger and the pictures are getting bigger and bigger, it means that you're having to do some additional editing, you know, to really figure out what is, you know, what's really the meat of the story that you want people to walk away with. And so we did have to do a lot of editing. We had to go in and, because we blew up the pictures. I mean, we had, this is essentially, it's kind of mural style printing on the walls now. We worked with Edward Robison of Sacred Earth Gallery, of course. So he did the printing for us and installation. And so that was a big part of it, was that we had to go in, we had to find all of these original photos again, and in many cases rescan them at higher resolutions, you know, so that they could be blown up. And then, you know, we're implementing some of the latest technology as well, because we've had some photos that we either cannot find the original or they're just, the only thing we have is a smaller version of it. So in some instances, we've even had to use AI to do some, you know, resizing and some cleaning up of some of these photos. So like I said, it's an exciting time for us. It's always great to be able to, you know, present the information that we have in a more accessible and clearer manner for everybody that comes through.
Boy, I'll tell you what, like they say, you know, picture's worth 1,000 words. So I'm so glad that you got the images blown up that big for people to really immerse themselves and feel like that they're a part of history walking through there. You know, I'm guessing too, with the, you know, having to do so much editing up on the walls and trying to make yourself more deliberate, I'm guessing that sort of warrants you having more rotational exhibits throughout the years then to specialize and to showcase certain aspects of the history of Eureka as well. So I'm excited about maybe coming back and talking about that with you. I know you've got some exciting things coming up for the rest of the year. Special exhibits that are coming up, which I'm excited to see happening. But I thought maybe today, I mean, you've got your phone. Would you take us and give us just a sneak little peek into someplace maybe? Can I get an exclusive, Jeff?
We can do that. So right now I am standing on the second floor. This is our Carrier Nation exhibit that was done by Louis Friend. So this has been here for a little while now. But the second floor did receive some attention for redesigns. And so I will hopefully not make you sick when I walk over here.
No, you're doing great. You're doing great.
And I'll give you kind of a
should let you borrow my gimbal.
Yeah. So you can see
the crescent.
Yeah, you can see behind me here. So this was something that we were excited about. We didn't have a whole lot of information before on the walls about the Crescent Hotel, which was kind of surprising, you know, because the Crescent is a very, very popular place to visit in Eureka, if not stay. And so we're really excited about this because we were able to not only talk about the Crescent Hotel itself, but then talk about, you know, the different changes that it went through. So we talked about the Crescent, we cover the Crescent College, and then of course we cover Mr. Baker, Mr. Hospital here. So so that's just a quick preview of what we've got going. And like I said, you know, you can see that the text is a bit larger.
Oh yeah.
It's easier to read there. So we're really excited about it. It's like I said, we're really fortunate that we were able to get that grant, you know, and then on top of that, to work with Edward Robinson on the printing of these and the installation. You know, we're just, as a community, we are very blessed to have a lot of very talented people here.
Absolutely.
You know, it's funny because you go to work with certain people, and I feel like sometimes it's assumed that we just work with some of these people because they're local. And while it's certainly the case that you want to give business to locals, you get people like Edward Robinson, who is, I mean, he's cutting edge, world class photographer, videographer
Yeah.
who works for Bass Pro Shops and Crystal Bridges. So it's like not only is he local, but he's probably better than like 90% of the people out there that are doing what he's
True.
doing.
True.
So
Very
we're
true.
very fortunate to have connections like that here in town.
I can say that about a lot of, we have so many wonderful artists from all
Oh yeah,
mediums in Eureka Springs, and a lot of people that are well known nationally. He's not the only one. I mean, that's the
exactly.
magic of Eureka Springs, that you
Yeah,
never know what you're going to uncover when
yeah.
you come to town, and that's why so many people choose to come and move here, because it's such a wonderful town and such a unique place to live and to thrive. Well, I'm so excited about the grand reopening, and I appreciate you, Jeff, putting all this energy and getting the grant and being such a wonderful part of making this big success. Thank you so much for all your hard work. I know
Well,
people are
thank
going to
you.
want to come out and check things out. That date again is
So
say the date again for people to know.
it's Thursday, May the 2nd at 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
And it's
Okay.
going to be, like I said, we're going to do a ribbon cutting.
Okay.
We're going to have light refreshments. We're going to have live music by Don
Oh,
Matt and Scott Thompson. So they're going to be
nice.
playing next door at Calif Spring Park.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, like I said, we're going to have fun with it. It's going to be a nice occasion, and it's
Wow.
yeah,
What a
we're
great
excited.
addition to kick off also May Arts Festival here in Eureka
Exactly. Yep.
Springs. So
Yep.
good timing for all that. We got a couple of comments I want to throw to you here, Jeff. I know
Okay.
you know this lady, Robin Rayford, with
Yep.
Robin Bray Fine Art. That's Robin Brayford. I know her. You know
Yeah.
her.
We know.
She's a
We know
lovely,
Robin.
lovely lady. She says, "Hi, Jeff," and
Yep.
she says also, "It's had so many fabulous changes in the last 4 years." Yes, it has, Robin, and
Yep.
that's in great part to you, Jeff, and to the
Oh well.
wonderful board
Yes.
that's a part of. Shout out to the board as well for backing this effort and for
Exactly.
helping this
Yeah.
vision come true,
Yeah.
and for all the hard work by Edward. Thank y'all so much for making this happen. I know that the locals are going to enjoy it, and hopefully it'll be just another reason for all of us locals to make sure that we tell our guests that if you really want to know the real history of Eureka Springs, not the
Mhm.
interpreted one on the street, but the real history, go into the historical museum and check it all out. So
Yep.
I'm
The
excited. We'll
methods
have
to our madness.
yes, there is.
The real history behind it.
So will you come back maybe next month and tell us about some of the exhibits we got
Yeah.
coming
Sure.
up? All right,
Yeah.
cool.
I'd be
All
happy
right,
to do that. Thank
we'll
you.
check in
Thank you
with you
so much for
again.
having us here.
All right, thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate you very much.
Thanks, Melody.
Bye bye. All right, so glad that he's got such great energy and a really talented young man who has really brought in a whole breath of fresh air to the museum. We're also grateful for him and also the board there. So make sure you guys share this segment, this live stream, so that we can spread the word about the grand reopening of the museum, and make your plans to attend. If you can't make it on the grand opening, make sure you make it an appointment to go in, not an appointment, but go in and check it out. There are tickets to go to the museum. They're affordable, and it's something great to share with your guests here in Eureka Springs. It is a really, really interesting place. Every time I've been in, I find one little segment of our history that I did not know the complete story about it. And the museum does a fabulous job of bringing all those things to life. So I can't wait to see this new, fresh look. So go check it out. And thanks again for watching us today live. We appreciate you guys very much. And we'll see you again later this afternoon at 5:30 for another live stream. We're be talking to another nonprofit here in Eureka Springs, and they got some news they want to share with us today as well. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you later today. Bye-bye.